Hey there folks, and welcome back to Keth Plays Dungeon Defenders. So the last video we left off Beat the Royal Gardens. That one went kinda badly, I wasn't paying enough attention. But the good news is we're on a map that is actually one of my favorite maps, and is actually a good map for grinding to level 60. And we'll talk about that a little bit during the map. So we're going to go ahead and get started here. Medium, hardcore, good to go. And let's do this. So this is the Ramparts. A lot of mana. Big problem on this map is going to be the wyverns. These guys come from all over the place. So we're going to talk a little bit about how to deal with them. We're going to get in and show you how some strategies for getting this stuff. First off, this wave, nothing big coming out of here. Some archers, a couple other things. So we're just going to throw down a wall for them to get stuck on initially, and a magic missile tower. So that's one of your main chokes there. You got 2 crystals over here. Good to know your crystal location. You got a crystal up here. So one of your wyvern areas is going to be they're going to come from this direction over here, and so you want to prepare for that. So the way I do that is I go ahead and throw a tower right here, and you want to angle it a little bit to the right as we're facing now, because they come in from all sorts of different directions from over here. So you want to have that area covered, and we're going to be prepared to deal with them with some other defenses, and you're going to want to pay attention to that in particular, because your towers, especially on the first couple waves, thankfully on this wave there's only one coming, but on some of the bigger waves you're going to get a lot more coming from that direction. You're going to want to pay attention. So the third choke over there, non-air choke, same thing, tower or wall, and then a magic missile tower. For this wave, we're just trying to conserve our mana. And then you get another choke right here. So, and I like to place a wall right here. And then when you get a little bit more range, I place my towers up here. And as you can see, that doesn't really do it, so we're going to go ahead and drop them down here and deal with that. And then your other place that wyverns are going to come from is right around this corner over here, in between this parapet and the wall over on that far side. So one of the place I like to place my tower is right here, angled right about like that. So we do have some extra mana and some extra DU, so I'm going to go ahead and back up this tower, and I'm also going to back up the one over here just because of those dang wyverns. And same thing, kind of angle it slightly, give it a chance to cover it. And one of your big areas down here is kind of a problem, because once you get down here to help your towers out, you have an issue getting back up and dealing with anything else that might come along. So what we're actually going to do is we're going to go ahead and give this one a little bit extra backup. Didn't realize I was going to have. I usually play a squire on this build, or on this map, so didn't realize I was going to have such extra mana. So let's go ahead and call this choke good for the time being. And we got all the chests, everything's blocked, and let's go ahead and G up and start the match. So, and I want you to see where the wyverns are coming from when they show up. See, right there, that's the parapet one that I was warning you about, and then the other one will come from down here. So, oh, got a guy coming through. Deal with that. Pick up some mana. Come on, a little bit more. There we go. Go ahead and back this guy up. See, there's that wyvern, and that's why I warned you that they can come from anywhere. So, how are we doing over there? Doing okay over there. Let's just go ahead and clean this mess up. Dang archers. And come over here and take care of these guys. Oh, no, don't die. So, Not too bad. Where am I missing a guy? Archer over here. Not bad at all. Now we've got the mana. I'm going to do fireball towers. And back these guys up. This one's actually got a little bit extra range, so I think I'm going to go ahead and put that up there. Like that. Going to go ahead and repair that since we're still a little low on mana. Don't want to waste it upgrading quite yet. Repair that. Yeah. And I know that ballista there says activate. It does not do anything. It just fires a bolt, but nothing comes from that direction on this particular map, so we're not going to worry about it. Those towers took care of that just fine. We will throw a fireball tower over here to help this choke. Go ahead and repair that up. Pick up this chest. And we'll put another magic missile tower. Come down here. This choke did just fine, but we're going to go ahead and back it up with a fireball tower anyway. Because as the waves get progressively more mobs, we're going to want it. So, you know what, actually, I think I'm going to go ahead and call it 2 fireball towers. And I think this one will do just fine. So, let's go ahead and grab this there's one more chest. Right up here. The only chest that doesn't respawn on this map is that one on top of the roof that we got earlier. Go ahead and G up and see how we fare this time. I think I'm actually gonna do that. Maybe another one down here. Can I place it on these boxes? Oh, look at that. I think we're probably good on most of our chokes. I am the master of getting hit with arrows. So, how are we doing? Down there's good. We just don't have the range quite yet to deal with these dang necromancers. So, that's okay. Comes with time. What we're doing over here. Did okay. Go ahead and upgrade. Ooh, look at that. Level up. Yay. Still pumping tower damage. You could probably start putting points into tower range if you want. That wouldn't hurt you at all. So, give you a little extra range. Pick up those dang necromancers and archers that like to stay back and bomb your stuff from afar. But yeah, I think this build is going to work just like it is now. I have a really great squire build for this map. And probably something I'll show in the future. Probably do a guide on power leveling type thing and put that out there. Show you the couple of different maps to power level your characters on. From 1 to 60, I would say this is the map to go on. And then from there, probably go to Glitterhelm. And then probably into Aquanos. So, and I will probably show you sample builds for some of those and give you an idea of where to go with what level character you have. And like I said, these maps are going to get a lot easier. Go ahead and G up here while I'm talking. They're going to get a lot easier as you get more characters. So like once you get this, your initial character, whatever you choose to play, up to 60 and beyond, that's when you're going to want to start doing the split screen, pulling in another character and leveling it alongside. And I'll give you some ideas for that. I wonder if they changed the spawn point on these. Maybe it's because it's on medium. But they used to come from over that direction. That's okay. Still got plenty of DU. I'm liking this apprentice thing because we have such low DU costs. So that's definitely working in my favor. Let's throw one there and see how that does. But yeah, I'm used to only, you know, on some of your harder characters, like your Squire, for example, the DU cost for stuff gets a little high, and you end up only being able to build a couple of, you know, like maybe one bouncer blockade and one harpoon per choke or something, you know, depending on where you're going. So I'm not used to being able to drop like a bunch of towers down. So it's definitely getting used to, especially for this solo leveling thing. You know, if I were to power level this character with one of my higher level characters, I would be doing this map on probably Insane or Nightmare. Insane tends to work really well for leveling. You don't get quite the same amount of mana that you would get for doing it on Nightmare, but because it's so much easier, you can actually finish the levels quicker. And when you factor in, you know, speed and all that stuff, doing them on Insane, for the most part, works out quite well. Something to bear in mind. But again, that'll come with time. That'll come with later videos. If you're just starting, you mainly want to focus on getting your first character up to level 60 and beyond. So, and another good way to level up, get some experience, learn builds, and I will probably show that to you at the end of this video, is to go on, and I don't recommend it until you have level 60, because you want to have that 1400 mana cap. And like I said, you know what, we'll talk about that at the end of the video. We'll go ahead and show you what I'm talking about and get you going on that. There we go. That's where the wyverns are supposed to come from. So, and that, okay, now I get it. That's why I always angled it that way, was to pick these guys up. So a little bit more range when you get higher up. So that's what I was thinking of. Now it makes sense. So, and my 2 towers up at the toes. I spoke too soon. Where's he at? Where's he at? Where's he at? Got him. Okay, apparently we need to put a little bit of attention into my towers up here. That guy got through. That's why it's always good to check your map. You should be opening that up and looking at it every couple seconds, especially with your tower builder, because you're going to want to see where all these mobs are coming from. Like I said, you know, just in case exactly what just happened happens. You know, if something gets through one of your chokes, you need to know so you can get over there and deal with it. So you should definitely be checking that multiple times a map and seeing what's going on with that. So, what do we got here? We got a staff. Ooh, another godly item. So like I said, if this is your first character, pick those godly items up. You know, sell them in the store if you're not going to use them. It never hurts. Get you some extra mana. I actually just burned through a bunch of my mana leveling up some stuff. So, and you're going to need, by the time you get to end game, stuff starts costing in the 100 millions to billions of mana. I actually ran into a shop the other day. I was looking at buying a new tower set, and this guy had a pretty decent one up there, and I was expecting him to say a couple hundred mana. He turned around and said $1 billion. I was like, sorry, I don't have that much quite yet. So that didn't end well for me, unfortunately, but you know, those are the breaks. It happens. So, but we're also in a future video, we're going to address that. We're going to talk about where to go to get items, what you should do to Ooh, this one actually lose a little run speed, but gain tower attack rate. Sounds like a plan. So go ahead and G up. Grab this chest. Ooh, look at that upgrade. Legendary. Not bad. So, final wave here. Definitely going to want to pay attention on this wave. The final waves are usually the waves where people run into trouble. That it's going to have your most mobs, you know, makes sense logically. The final level's always going to be difficult. But it's definitely, you're going to want to start paying attention. You know, we're going to have tons of zippies, we're going to have tons of necromancers, and that could pose a serious issue if one of your walls goes down. What do we got? Ogre down here. Not super concerned. I got plenty of support down there. He might get a couple whacks on my wall, but looks like he's going to go down pretty quick. And he did. That's good to know. Let's go check up here. Everything's going good down there. Got plenty of tower backing up. Wall's holding up good. This wall's a little low. Let's go and throw a repair on that real quick. Gotta dodge so I don't get hit. How are we doing up here? Everything's looking good. So, thankfully on the lower difficulties you only have to deal with about one ogre per map. And that's good. Oh, look at that. Upgrade fell right off the castle. Didn't even get a chance to look at it. So, getting close to the end. Build held up nicely. Had plenty of DU left over. In case your stats aren't quite as high as mine, you know, if you didn't get the items that I've gotten throughout the plane. And so it looks like you can tweak the build if needed. Add in some stuff. And this is what I was talking about. See how quick I'm leveling up on this map? Once you boost that up to insane, you can go... I think I brought a level 1 character in once. And did it on insane, and he went from like level 1 to 20-something in the first run-through, and then was like level 40. I think it takes about 4 or 5 run-throughs to get you to level 60 once you start doing insane. So, definitely a good place to level up. It's more of a hero damage kind of thing. So, let me just look at these upgrades real quick. See if they're worth picking up. That one is not. How about down here? That's one nice thing, is you don't have to, on the PC version at any rate, you don't have to get close to stuff to see if it's an upgrade. You can just hover over it. So, okay, let's return to the tavern really quick, because I did want to discuss another alternative way to level up, and just briefly go over it. And a good way to learn builds and get experience on some of the levels. So, we're going to go exit to main menu real quick. And we're going to, hopefully I'll be able to find one of these. Let's go to search filters. Let's add an insane and hard real quick. Easy speed. Just press G. You're going to find games like this where the host is going to do all the building. And all you need to do is repair and upgrade their stuff. And they will let you get in. Most of them will let you loot anything that's on the ground that they don't need. If they do have an issue with it, they'll usually tell you right when you join. But that's a good way to do if you see, you know, a map you want to try or something like that. It's a good way to get experience and learn. So definitely take that into account. See what you want to do. So go back into private match here, and let's see. Did I want to cover anything else? I think we're probably good. Next map's going to be the Endless Spires. Another good place to level up and farm gear, and then the final level will be the Summit. So we'll do those another time. The Summit's going to be a little difficult, especially with a low-level DPS character. That boss is kind of difficult, but we'll make it through. I promise. Alrighty, guys, we'll catch you next time. This has been Keth, and good hunting.